Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield talking to some of my favourite people and some of the world's biggest stars, and a man I've admired for many, many years is comedian Sean Hughes. How are you?
Good, thank you very much.
So there I was last night. I came to see the Railway Children then, and you weren't in it.
I know, it's terrible. I did the matinee, and then I had a long-standing engagement where I had to fulfill.
Is this a natural fit for you? I mean, I've seen you many, many times over the years in various clubs and on many, many shows, and this, of course, is proper acting, and I know you're great at it. I've seen you in shows before, and it's amazing how you can go from one man with a mic to an ensemble seamlessly. There aren't many can do that.
Well, the thing is, I'm 49 now, and, I've been concentrating on stand-up for the last 4 or 5 years solely, and I just thought I wanted to take myself out of my comfort zone. I'm on my second week now, and I kind of relaxed this week because it's quite a physical show for me as well.
You know, when you go into a show like this, and of course you're known as a stand-up, and you're known as a funny man, and you're known as a star, do the other cast sort of go, can he do it? Do you feel any sort of resistance, or were they behind you?
I found them very, very friendly and very warm. They're really, really good group of people, actually. And it could have been like that, And it's that weird thing of, again, when I do stand-up shows, it's always just me in a dressing room on my own. But I'm sharing a dressing room with 8 other actors now. So that's really an odd thing for me.
Are you getting used to public nudity? Do you find that easy to deal with?
Well, I've got psoriasis, so I wear long johns, otherwise I'd scare the hell out of me.
Is the chafing okay these days?
Oh, God, no, it's not. Because, obviously, psoriasis comes on with stress, and the last 2 weeks have been really stressful. As I say, it's calming down. Now, I say that, but with Easter coming up, we're doing 2 shows every day.
Yeah.
And that's a bit of an odd one because, as I say, you do get a bit tired. And, and then obviously you're going, have we done this scene already? And also, it's that weird thing of, the other really unique thing about this show is we all go out at the start as ourselves and talk to the audience.
Yeah.
And it's odd because, to be fair, it is a kids' show prominently, and so it's interesting playing to kids. And I must say, little things that stay with you. I have to go out in the second half on my own and start sweeping and talk to people as perks. And I was doing it last week, and this, she must have been 7 or 8, and it's the best review I've ever had in my life. She just went, "I think your acting is beautiful." And little things like that really stay with you. The other night, the toy train that I fixed for them?
Yes.
It wasn't there.
Right. What do we do then when you open the box?
I had to go out and go, "Hey, I fixed your train."
And who do you punch backstage? Is there a producer available?
Well, I've got an associate director who comes in once a week, and he looks at us, and then they give us notes and stuff.
Let's talk a bit about you, because I fell in love with you through your comedy, really, on TV, and I suppose you're best known for Buzzcocks, which everybody enjoyed. For me, it's not the same, that show, without you. It's sort of changed, hasn't it? It was very cosy in the old days, because you sort of got on with everybody, and it was fun and funny.
Well, yeah, the producer who started off, he was very much of the understanding that it should be kind of a soap opera every week, so you kind of know what's going to happen, and there's a relationship between the 3 of us. So I guess that's what's probably missing from it now.
Do you think they care? I mean, I suppose it's just moved on and changed, has it?
Well, I don't really watch it because, one of the reasons I left was because I did 10 series, and then I kind of realised we were doing the same show every week.
Right.
To a degree, and I was getting to a certain age where, they'd tell me who the guests were, and I go, I don't really know any of these people.
Yes.
And it was kind of also I enjoyed it, but it was it's not what I really wanted on my tombstone,
Right.
So because weirdly, when you say people remember you from that, they more remember me from Sean's show.
Yeah.
But you have to be a certain age for that. But all that's available on the website as well.
And I suppose that's your job now, isn't it, to reinvent and keep yourself going? I mean, even during this show, you're still doing your stand-up, and those Edinburgh gigs, I wonder how frustrating they are for a performer. Are they liberating because you've got an audience there who want comedy, or is it just annoying that you've got to do so many in such a short space of time?
Well, Edinburgh's changed so much. Edinburgh, because it's a month long, and when I started off, Edinburgh was very much about, you have the basic show there, and you kind of work on it for the month. That's what the whole thing was. And now, because I guess the young comics are more ambitious. They kind of go up with a show that's already ready. So, you know, they want to review the first night, you know, and that kind of thing. And PR gets involved, and it's all about money and kind of posters and stuff. And it's kind of a bit of the spirit of the Fringe is gone now. So I tend to, even when I do it, I do it for 2 weeks, because at my age, I can't do a month.
I wonder whether comedy was better in your day. I mean, it's so corporate now. When we look at the arenas that they're all doing, taking the money and run, it was about the comedy in your day, because there wasn't that much money in it relatively, was there? You weren't making $100 grand a night. You were doing it for the fun of it, and you sort of came up the hard way by learning your craft and developing a show.
It's different, like, because my generation didn't do comedy to get on television, but a lot of us ended up on television. So the next generation saw, oh yeah, you do the clubs and then you get on television. So it's a different kind of ethos, really. Yeah. But I have nothing against those people doing stadiums, but I just don't see the fun in it, really.
Well, it must be interesting. Have you done those charity gigs at the O2 and things where you literally can't hear the audience, you can't see them? I guess you just have to do your act at the audience and carry on regardless.
Well, it's more event comedy, that is, where they're just looking at you on the screen. They can't really see you.
Yeah.
And I think comedy should be pretty intimate. Like, that's why, like, you got to admire someone like Stuart Lee, who could probably sell out the O2, but instead does a month at Leicester Square or something. Yeah. Weirdly, I'm good mates with Mickey Flanagan, and he really enjoys doing the stadiums, and he finds it very similar to doing the clubs. But I don't really understand that, but that's what he says.
Right. I don't get it either. Yeah, it's a completely different beast. I suppose another thing that you did that brought another audience to you, which didn't do you any harm, was Coronation Street. How was that?
Well, yeah, again, that was weird, because it was something that obviously you grow up with, and it was something at last my mother could see and kind of enjoy. Yeah. But and the cast again, it's they're such a kind of family orientated cast, because pretty much like they'll just say to you, right, so be on set on Monday at 9 o'clock, and your first scene's in the Rovers, and that's a very daunting thing to be told. Yeah. And luckily, the cast really pull you through all that.
Yeah. And they haven't got time to mess around either, have they? I mean, the schedule's relentless. Incredible. Other things I want to talk about. I mean, you're in the West End, as you like it, with Sienna Miller. I wonder what it's like working with someone like that. Does it sort of overshadow the show and the performance because there's so much attention around her at the stage door?
Well, yeah, to a degree. Like, it doesn't really affect the show, but yeah, it is weird when there's paparazzi around at a Shakespeare show. But, like, she was, again, very much a team player, like, you know, so... like, I think they used to try and get her out a different exit and stuff, so that was all a bit weird for her. But,
I guess you'd had experience of that on Buzzcocks, because these divas, not that I'm saying she is, but when these divas come into shows like yours and they last for a minute and then they're gone, they can play all those tricks. Do you just rise above it and just see it for what it is, which is a load of old nonsense?
Well, like, that's the thing, like, I know it's the name of your radio show as well, but I never did any of this to become a celebrity. I just wanted to be good at these things. And that's another reason why I've really taken a back seat with television, because it is a real pain in the arse, you know, being recognised all the time.
And you can selflessly just leave it at the door. You don't have an ego in that sense.
No. Like I guess, like, weird things will happen, like, you know, where, you know, your ego just gets above you, like everyone else at times. I remember weirdly doing a big stand-up show in York years ago, and it was just as I'd done Coronation Street, and I went for a drink in the bar next door with a friend, and there was a lot of attention about it because I was fairly well known at the time. Yeah. And this guy just, you know, this barfly just went, well, I've never heard of you. And of course I should have risen above that, but I went, I'm in Coronation Street, the biggest program in the country. And I was thinking, why am I even talking to this man? Who wasn't at the show or anything, like, you know. Yeah. It was kind of utmost respect for people who come to see me live as well. Like, I'd never take that for granted.
Yeah. And even getting to the venue can be a problem. We'll end on this. I know yesterday, before you'd even started any of your gigs, you took a wrong turn and paid the price, I hear.
Yeah, I want to bloody sue the sat-nav, because sat-nav said take a right turning. It was in South London, a place I don't really know. Took the right turning, which seemed normal enough at a junction. All of a sudden, cop cars on top of me. Wow. You know, giving me really heavy-handed as well. Like, you know, don't put your hands in your pockets. Even though one of them recognised me, so I didn't think I was going to knife him. But it's they gave me a £100 fine and 3 points off my licence, and also because of cutbacks in the neck, because you know they have to breathalyse you anyway.
Yes.
and they didn't have a breathalyzer with them, and I'm kind of going, look, I have to do this show, and they're going, yeah, we've just rang up a traffic cop, will be here soon.
Good
I had to
Lord.
wait with them for 25 minutes, talking about stuff, and they seemed quite annoyed that I wasn't drink driving.
Yeah.
But it was just that weird thing of having to wait 25 minutes. We ended up talking about that TV program, 24 Hours of Police Custody.
Yes.
And I was saying how great the cops kind of came across in that.
Yeah.
And like, they were, like, two of them were friendly, but one of them was very much like, you know, just wanted to nail me.
Yeah.
Especially when I was kind of going, look, I'm on stage in 10 minutes. This really isn't kind of very relaxing.
Yes, not what you need before a show. I suppose with the live stand-up, though, you can make it all part of it, and you guys make that funny, don't you?
Kind of started off talking about that I've given South London £100.
There's your show fee gone.
I know, yeah, it was ridiculous.
Hey, listen, great to talk to you. Sean Hughes is a fantastic comedian and a wonderful actor too. The Railway Children continues at the King's Cross Theatre this...
And also, Alex, and I start a kind of national tour in September, just doing my stand-up show.
Yeah, let's put Sean Hughes into Google and it'll come up. And I hope you come to Nottingham and I'll come and see you there. It's been really lovely talking to you.
Thanks, Alex. Have a lovely weekend.
Cheers, big man. Ta-da.
Bye.